What's going on, guys? So today we are going to be working on the rear-wheel drive Civic, of course. It is Saturday and it is the weekend, and that means we're working on the rear-wheel drive Civic. Today, Derek is actually going to be messing with the tune on the Falcon for a little bit today. So while he does that, me and Tanya are going to work more on the steering components and the steering shaft and all that stuff. Today, the machinist is working on our little special spacer adapter block things to actually like put the rack further back, kind of, I guess.
Yeah,
it's like a spacer. Yeah, so he's gonna come up here, and then he's actually gonna get Derek's old motor too at Wyatt. You should have bought it sooner. So, yeah.
Should've get off the pot.
Sucks to suck, dude. We'll find you a different one though. Anyways, that's what we're gonna be working on today. Steering shaft. So theoretically, we might be able to actually like turn the wheels today if we can get it done.
If we can get tube. So we're missing two things. We're missing the tube for the Heims.
Yeah.
And then the threaded rod, but I think that's stuff that we can source locally, so theoretically this weekend we should be able to actually have it steering normal.
Yep. So that's the plans for this weekend. A couple other little things if we get to it, but yeah, that'll be one major thing knocked out, so pretty happy with that. Take some measurements for stuff again, and yeah.
We got our turbos too.
Oh yeah, I haven't even showed those yet. Okay. All right, so Tanya's turbos did show up too. What turbos are they?
The 61 millimeters. What are they, GT35s?
35.
Yeah.
Basically GT35R.
It's like
where'd you guys get them from?
Yeah, it's like a journal bearing GT35 from DNR Auto. Matt Rice.
There you go. Hit him up on Facebook. He's got a Facebook page, right? What's
he does. He's doing
well,
so his page is well, I guess we'll put a link. He has 2 pages going on right now because he started doing the live. He's doing like a podcast thing. It's really cool. So check it out. But he also has DNR Auto where he does he sells parts and everything. So
yeah, VS Racing parts, basically.
Lots of VS Racing parts. He goes through that stuff quite a bit.
Yep.
And that's really popular right now. We gave these a try. We called him up because we were a little worried about what the quality was because it was a crazy deal.
Yeah.
And we called up either Viren or however you say his name, and he assured us. He basically put us at ease. All the questions that we had, he answered, and we were cool with it. So we went with them. We'll see how it goes.
Yep. These were the original ones that I found online, right?
They look pretty nice. They even came with a polished housing, which I'm surprised. So.
And they're water-cooled jacket center section?
Yep. They have the nice V-bands on the exhaust housings. Got the 0.82 exhaust housings on them. Yep. So should really have no issues with back pressure.
No. Yeah, so. I think it's going to be more than what we actually need, but I mean, screw it.
Yep.
we'll be able to turn it up if we want.
Yep, just T3.82s, just like what I have on mine. So yeah, I guess. Yep. So if you guys haven't, obviously, doing twin turbos on the Civic. So
yeah, in case you missed one of the other videos.
Yep. But yeah, let's get started on the steering shit. So we got the shaft situation kind of figured out. It goes through the old hole, which I'm kind of excited about. It turns real nice. Everything's really smooth. I'll show you guys once we take this shaft off how we ended up doing the upper U-joint that's up inside here. But yeah, really simple. I'm really happy with that. And like the steering feels really smooth in there. And it all feels real nice, so.
I just got attached to the wheels.
Yeah, simple solution. The machinist is on his way up actually to bring the little spacers, so we'll have those tonight. We may not be able to actually like connect it to the knuckles to turn it because we won't have, we need some tube for 3/4 inch Heims. So unless we can find that at like Lowe's, maybe?
We can give it a try.
Yeah, we can see, but yeah, it's goals for tonight. I mean, it's a lot simpler than I thought it was gonna be. So happy with it. So next day at the shop, we are working on the rear-wheel drive Civic. And today we are, we were gonna mock this thing up and put tabs on it. So that way we can set up our little quick release hood support setup. So that way once they take the motor out, it's easy to take it out. They can just remove this whole front section and pull it out. But we're not gonna be able to do that today. Yesterday, so the machinist did make us these blocks, but they end up needing to be modified. So he's gonna be working on those this week, and he had a good idea for what we're gonna be doing with the bump steer kit. I'll explain that later, I guess, once it comes, cause it's kind of complicated.
Yeah.
But it'll work really well like that, and it'll be like a foolproof setup to where if something breaks, the other one will catch it. So yeah, steering stuff is gonna be postponed till next week, but at least we can actually turn it and it's attached to the wheel. So happy about that. We're gonna be working on turbo placement today.
Yeah,
and
since we got those turbos, we might as well
really
finalize, because there's a bunch of other things that are based off of their location.
Yeah, just relative area.
Yeah.
not exact, but
Not
relative.
exact, but yeah, like, are we gonna put them up here, are we gonna put them down here, are we gonna put them under here?
Yeah, and then we're also gonna take measurements again for the radiator, because we are gonna end up, instead of like having the intercooler on both sides, the bottom side of the intakes coming in on both sides and then just up into the intake manifold, we're gonna come in on the bottoms and then off of one side towards the top and back around and up. So that way we can get a taller radiator and something that's easier for us to find.
Yeah,
So-
I took a look at, so the radiator that we were thinking about putting in there was almost the size of the heat exchanger that's in my truck for the intercooler.
It's a little small.
Very, very small. Yeah, kind of not comfortable with it. It may have been okay, but dude, 9 inches is really low.
Yep,
So
but
see if we can get something bigger.
yeah, so that's what we're gonna figure out today. Maybe do some shenanigans in the Falcon, but more progress. Slow progress, but more progress.
Yeah, slow progress. All we did was wrap up a couple of little things today, but the steering thing was a big
Oh,
deal
we
yesterday.
did get a belt on this thing too that actually fits it, so I forgot about that.
Yep, that one's nice and tight too. That auto tensioner is like all the way on the first line.
Yeah,
so hopefully
it's
it'll
like-
rest somewhere in the center and it'll be good.
Yep.
So that'll work. We did get this line finished up, so the steam ports and everything are how they're going to be. Got it plumbed back into the little spacer there.
Oh, and Jeff did get your rear end shortened.
Oh yeah.
So you got the ends on it shortened, gotta get the axles and all that stuff. So hopefully maybe a week or two, it'll be ready to be back here and we can
Yeah.
actually kinda like mock it up in there.
Yeah, I think he's gonna order the axles tomorrow, so we'll see what kind of turnaround time they get on the axles.
Yep,
It'll just be dependent on that.
sick.
Yep.
Yeah, we gonna get to it though. Get this shit measured and probably do not a whole lot of nothing.
Not a crazy amount today, yeah. But I mean, putting those, understanding where we're gonna have those turbos as a final like place. I mean, that's gonna allow us to do a lot of things.
Yeah,
So
oh yeah,
it's
yeah,
an important step.
for sure.
We really need to do it.
Yep, so we can get the stuff ordered and then once it's ordered, shouldn't take too long to mock it all up, so.
No, exactly. I mean, well, it also gives you an idea of like how you're gonna, like what we're gonna do for manifolds.
Yep,
You know where those turbos are, it starts.
yeah, I'm kinda worried about this side over here,
Yeah.
but
Why?
I don't know.
Alternator or
Kinda tight, yeah, just cause of the alternator, but I don't know, I think we'll have plenty of room.
I've seen you do manifolds on a lot tighter spot.
I know, but still.
Cool. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
So using the little turbo mock-up jig holder thing,
That's a secret.
I mean, it was a secret, but it's not a secret anymore because I've made a whole bunch of videos on it anyways, but
Post your pictures and stuff.
the turbos are gonna go somewhat like this, that way it's easy to run these manifolds and run the intercooler piping down and around, and then also run the exhaust out through the fenders. The other side will have a slight little angle to it, just the exhaust housing is flipped because the turbos aren't mirrored, but she's happy with it, so that's all that matters, right?
You.
Or you are happy with it, right, though? I guess I didn't even ask you.
No, I think
And they should fit under the hood, so. The only thing is, we may have, we may have to relocate the coils.
Yeah.
That's about
if you
it.
say they have adapters, I've never looked at that. If they got
Yeah.
adapters, then I'm good. I just didn't want to have to like cut and extend the wires on that harness, but.
No, yeah, they have little plug
Yeah, if they
adapters.
got adapters, then we'll just tuck the coils down, like just
Yep.
underneath the shock towers.
Yeah, maybe like on the shock towers on both sides.
Yeah.
Nice and
Probably
easy.
low, so that way, you know.
Yeah, that way it's easy to run the spark plug wires.
Yeah, so that'll be good.
Sweet.
And then the only downside to this is that we are using the Terminator X, and so we only have one O2, and we're gonna have 2 separate downpipes, but we're gonna put an O2 bung in both of them, and then every now, just periodically, switch where we're getting the reading from so that we can just keep an eye on both banks.
Yep.
Actively, we won't be able to make any changes on technically any more than one bank, but it's just,
See how off they are?
that's the sacrifice that you make if, you know, unless you wanna spend Dominator money.
Yeah, we're gonna be tuning the Falcon next week, so look out for that video or live stream. We're gonna be live streaming there, right?
Live streaming during
Yep.
it, so.
So live stream tonight or tomorrow? Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And we'll be tuning the Falcon on the dyno at DA Fab Works in Aurora. And place your bet, see how much it's gonna make.
Yeah.
I'm betting 400.
380.
It doesn't feel faster than 380. It definitely, it feels about 350, 380-ish, so.
Well, yeah, what it's making right now, yeah, probably, but
Yeah.
I think we can get a decent amount out of creeping in timing.
Okay.
We got some power left.
You will see how the heat exchanger works,
That's true.
so. Somehow I forgot to film an outro while Derek and Tanya were here, so I'm doing that right now. Just a little recap of this video. We did get the steering shaft made, so the rack actually does turn, and that is really exciting. So the machinist does have the spacers done to give us the extra space back to get us nice and straight or neutral with all the steering components. I don't know if he will get to the bump steer setup this week. It is gonna be a little bit complicated. I don't know how fast he can do it, but it's gonna have to deal with us taking the knuckles off of the car and bringing them to him. So we did get a lot of stuff figured out though, and sometimes it doesn't make for the greatest content, but sometimes these projects just go like this, where it just takes a lot of time to figure everything out and make sure that you don't do something and then have to redo something, or it makes it impossible to do this or that. There's just a lot of planning and measurements and time that goes into these projects like this. So yeah, Derek's got a lot of stuff on the way. So once we get it here, the actual work shouldn't take all that long to do. So be sure to share this with everybody, because this thing's gonna be done this season for sure, and you guys aren't gonna be ready. Y'all ain't ready for this thing, all right? So be sure to share this around, like it, comment, do the damn thing. You know what to do. And as always, guys, thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you later.